All right, I got it. I got it muted. I got my YouTube muted. You have yours muted?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I am good. Hello,
right,
everyone.
And Woody's here.
Happy Friday to everyone.
Yep. Excuse me a moment. I got to go off camera here real quick.
Go ahead, Mike. I'm going to talk to the boys for just a second. I'm sorry I didn't take a shower and puff up my mustache tonight. I had to go eat instead. So I'm banded. Put a hat on. I know I look like crap, but look at the Spudco Industry headphones I got just for my boys with the Spudco microphone. We still haven't named them yet either. I know we got to work on that. We'll get there. Other than that, on the for reals, is my sound good? Sound check. Is that all right, you guys? If it ever comes in too loud or it's too quiet, I can mess with the gain on the real mic. If I sound good, let me know. Does the lighting look all right? I personally think it's really good. I finally figured out to use one of my big softbox lighting things that I have. So I'm actually really happy with this lighting right now and the way I set up my computer. Thank you, Woody. Hey, Junkin. And Question Mark, our buddy Question Mark is here. How you doing? Initiating lurking mode. I love it.
All right. So, yeah, I'm back now. Hey, everybody. So we got 4 people watching. That's cool. And I do appreciate any and all likes, of course.
It's a good start.
And StreamYard just went back down to 3 people watching. Oh, boy.
We got at least 4 in here right now, Mike.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that.
Oh, talking to us. Our buddy Question Mark is here.
Yeah, I saw that. So let's kind of go through the comments real quick here. Hey, there, ladies, action is here. So let's get the party started. That was from before the stream started, of course. Batgoat, you want to read that since that's you?
Hey, toys.
And then Solid said, hey, at Batgoat and ATC, thanks for coming to my stream today.
That was fun. Solid. That was a good stream.
And then Woody said present. Junkin's here, also present. Sounds good from Woody. And then our buddy Question Mark initiating lurking mode. Okay. All right. So we got like 4. Let's see. We got Batgoat and myself, Woody, Action, Solid, and Question Mark and Lurkin and Junkin.
And Junkin, yeah.
So that's actually 7 people. Okay, so we got it.
Don't forget to hit the like button, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It shows 2.
Well, on my like button it says 5, but it's actually 4. I know it's 4 because apparently there is an automatic like. I guess
it says 5 now. People actually listen to me. That was crazy. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of those is probably from YouTube, believe it or not.
Yeah. You're right, Solid, but I changed that. I went back and hit like real quick. I think Toys did too. That's why it jumped up.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. So tonight we're going to be looking at comics that went on sale in 1937. We're going to be looking at the 5th issue of Ace Comics from David McKay Publications. We're just looking more through the summary. Then we're going to also be reading some sorts and selections from the 5th issue of the comics from Dell Publishing, as well as the 20th issue of Popular Comics from Dell Publishing as well. So, okay, we got like 7 people, looks like, in here. So I guess we can get started right away here. We got enough people in here now.
Let's see. So, you know what? We totally forgot to try the sharing screen thing. So I'll do that next time. But I know the program to use, but I didn't load up any pics to that. So that's my fault. So I'll have that cooking by next week, and maybe we'll share some pictures. And then other than that, the Lulz trophy is the competition still going on as always. So even question mark, you can tell us bad jokes if you'd like to. And as we know, Toys is leading that. Toys has won the Lulz trophy 3 times now. Is that correct,
Actually,
Toys?
that's the wrong one there.
Toys has won it twice and Woody once, I believe, is the correct count.
I did it again. Pulled up the same, but that's not the screen I want yet. That one's for later. There we go. There's the actual screen. So as you guys can tell, there's like 11 comic books there, but we're going to only be looking through 3 of those. So without no further ado, then let's get to, so here's Ace Comics number 5. Now again, unfortunately, this coming from David McKay Publishing. Unfortunately, I've never been able to find any actual copies of the comics, so we won't be able to read any of the stories. But we can go to the Great Comics database and look at least some look up some notes on it and get a little bit more an idea of about it. So without no further ado. And I use this site a lot. I've also found that a number of these comics do have their own wiki sites as well. Now, as I mentioned before, with DC in particular, since they bought up a few of the comic book companies like Quality, Charlton, Fawcett, their stuff is also on the DC database wiki. So, so a note on Ace Comics in of themselves. Ace is comprised almost exclusively of King Feature newspaper strip reprints. So that's they, and at this time, of course, as I've talked about before, many of the early comics from back in the 30s here were just that. They were like collections of reprints. Some had more original material, but so the cover here, according to this thing here, has Snuffy Smith and the Katzenjammer Kids right here with the ostrich. So, let's click on the cover so you guys can take a look at that. I know, Batgoat, you're kind of a cat. I think you were the one who was kind of keen on the Katzenjammer Kids right there.
Just that I remember them, that they're a famous comic strip. I think Woody remembers them too. I don't recall reading them. I just know that they were famous.
Well, they were probably before your time anyways.
Very much so, yeah. Something my parents would have talked about.
So Musio is the penciler and inker here. And then Tex Thorne, a Western frontier story adapted from a story by Zane Grey. I run this town, Tex. And of course, believe it or not, features Tramp, the Katzenjammer Kids right here. Attaboy, Mousy, eat 'em up. His favorite strips from 1936. Humor. Pussycat Princess. Humor, anthropomorphic, funny animals, children. Anthropomorphic just simply means basically animals that have human features, like Yogi Bear, for example. Arrest him! 14 pictures. Other people tramp. Just kind of go through. There's not really a whole lot of, let's see. And then, of course, you did have some of these where, top part of the page had one comic and then the bottom half had another, or maybe had an ad. They were just noting that here. Tim Tyler's Luck, Blondie, another famous comic. You'll have to speak to your son. Humor. Newspaper from. And I'm just breezing through here because, again, there's not really a whole lot here, but just kind of give you an idea just what they do have. Yeah, Etta Kent. I think that might have been Etta Kent at the beginning from Paul Robinson.
Oh, yeah.
This is the third night this week, humor team. All right. So that's that. Just again, just to kind of give you more of an idea of what's there. Now moving on. Now, from what I understand, this is Wash Tubs right here. That I guess, or from the Wash Tubs comic. So this is the comics number 5 from Dell Publishing. Cover date September 1937. On sale date July 19th, 1937. So let's go ahead and track this one down to read. Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong. No, we didn't want to go to GCD there. Comics Book Plus is pretty good for like some of these older comics, older maybe out of print comics. Albeit sometimes they may not have every story. I don't know if it's just due to copyright issues or like popular comics, even though it featured Dick Tracy and Little Orphan Annie. Apparently, they took the Little Orphan Annie story out, and we've seen that also with Tip Top Comics with the Tarzan and Little Abner stories. But anyway, so here we go. The comics, which only ran 11 issues, of course. We'll be looking at issue number 5 here. Let's take a peek here from Dell Comics. So here, the comics. 10 cents, September number 5. And you look at that. He's pointing at the picture. That guy can't put me out.
He's about
got
to
a paintball coming for him.
Excuse me. He's about to get knocked cold by the fastball.
Yep.
He's gonna put him lights out.
Here's a Captain Kiddum. Okay, let me at least see what you guys are seeing there. Yeah, that is kind of well. I know this one's kind of faded, so let's see. And okay. Oh, that was from before. Woody. Oh, so Woody says, I more remember Snuffy Smith as running in the Sunday newspaper funnies in the 60s. Yeah, well, a lot of these stories were, a lot of these earlier stories were basically newspaper reprints. So, yeah, let me. Are you swatting flies there, Batgoat?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was clicking my notebook.
Okay.
Sorry.
So yeah, I made it a little bit bigger, make it a little easier to read, and probably a little easier for you guys to see. So let's see, Wash Tub by Crane. Why what on earth ails ye? I don't know. I feel simply terrible. Why you poor boy? You're bilious. No wonder you ain't been around. Quick, Sonny, get some hot water. There's wash tubs right there. What you need, honey, is a dose of castor oil and somebody to take care of you.
Castor oil.
Yeah.
They used to think castor oil was healthy. It's not bad for you. It's like a laxative.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I remember some old Popeye cartoons where they were like talking about feeding sweet pea castor oil.
They showed it on the Little Rascals too. They'd always get the spoonful of castor oil. And they'd be like, bleh. My ex-wife took it because she went into like false labor with our first kid, and so she had heard the rumor that castor oil will induce labor, and she drank like half a bottle of it, and then like that night, like 4 hours later, she was in labor.
Ugh! The very thought of soup makes me sick. Yeah. Phew! It ain't fitting per hogs. Get out, you wheezy old great gravy slopper. Whoever said you could cook? So this lady kind of reminds me of there's this one cartoon about, I guess, a Kentucky woman who was like singing about wanting to go out and get a man.
Yeah. Is that a lady?
I think so.
That's a very ugly lady. Or a metrosexual 60 years before they had metrosexuals, I guess.
Yeah, no, I think this is just considering the time that they were in. I think that's definitely a lady.
Very ugly lady. Hey, toys.
Try this, honey. I made it myself. My dear little girl. Why, it's simply delicious. I had no idea you were such a master of the culinary art. Oh my, butterscotch pie! Courier, let's see. Curl finger, okay. Curl your fingers okay. Keep your fingers to yourself, ye goat-eared turnip. Them pies are for Mr. Wallace. All six of them? All six. He's plumb batty over butter scotch pies. And let's see. I guess the Sunner surprise. The Sunner surprise.
Gunner, like Gunna, but saying Gunner. I'm gonna surprise him.
I'm gonna surprise him. It's a darn shame. Easy. She's taken this affair with old Flowerpot Wallace too seriously. Exactly. I'm trying my best to change up the inflections here a little bit to at least give a little more color to these characters.
Sure, you're doing good.
Yeah, I'm getting a little twisted up. Obviously, the ladies' voices are a little harder to do than the guys.
Mm-hmm.
Especially considering the fact I'm a baritone. So. I've been checking into his past. He's a blasted fake podner, and I'm going to tell her so. Well, when you do, you better have on a bulletproof vest. He's a widower with two kids, and his business is selling snake oil in a medicine show. Poor Lulu Bell. Okay, so that just confirmed it right there. She is a lady. Her name's Lulu Bell.
Okay. Hey, toys, out getting pizza, huh? So there's no such thing as good Canadian pizza. I mean, like, duh. But like, what is Canadian pizza? Is it like a big like saltine cracker and put a little ketchup on there and throw some cheese sprinkles and put it in the toaster oven. Like, how does Canadian pizza work? Oh, snap. Did I just do that? I did. I think I'm going to give myself the very first point, even though I'm not eligible for the trophy. Toys is going to kill me for that one.
Anyways, okay. So as we continue on with the story here.
I was going to say real quick, thank you for saying I look bling tonight. It's the lighting. I figured out the lighting. I love this lighting I've got now. So
she'll be heartbroken easy. It's our duty. It's our duty, partner, to tell her. Well, gentlemen, you may be the first to congratulate us. We just got married.
Oh,
and you see the exclamation mark right there.
He's like, whoa.
The way you did that, I always thought you were Homer Simpson for a moment.
Oh. I do Barney Gumble better. Hey Homer, watch me bust a gut.
It was them butterscotch pies that done it, Sonny. One taste and Holly busted right out and proposed. Well, ta-ta, boys. We'll see you after our honeymoon.
Look at that car, everyone. It's like based off like an old auto union, like mid-20s, like a late like a racing style. But it's not quite, or an old Mercedes, like a racing Indy or Le Mans style. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's the older car. I think I know what I think I've seen those cars before.
Yeah, like your old original Le Mans, the really rocket bullet looking cars were like auto unions and Mercedes, and they were just neat old, highly dangerous cars that killed most of the people that drove them.
Oh, that's a shining endorsement.
Auto racing was so dangerous back in the day. No seatbelts.
Why was it dangerous?
No seatbelts. No seatbelts. They were taking cars like that around the track at like 100. They'd get up to 120, 150.
Well, obviously, when things are new, they don't always have the full safety aspect to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's too late to warn Lulubelle now. Easy, she's already married. The darn cuckoo. Poor Lulubelle.
I wonder how yummy butterscotch pies are, because you know those like butterscotch discs, the little candy in the kind of the gold wrapper. I love those things. So I wonder if a butterscotch pie is delicious.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying a bite of that either.
It does sound kind of good. Really old fashioned, but good.
Okay. Anyways. Poor old Hollis Wallace, too. Imagine an insignificant peewee like him being married to the champion female prize fighter of the universe.
Wow.
Oh, could you imagine the domestic squabbles? That
he's calling her like a okay, I won't go there, but yeah, that's pretty rude.
I think for more modern understanding, I think some people would probably envision somebody like the late Nicole Bass, in that. So
I don't know who that is.
She was a fitness model and professional wrestler, but she was kind of like China, kind of like tall and low, but she was even more muscular.
Okay.
But she passed away a couple years ago, I believe. So, but anyways,
did China die as well?
Yeah, she also died as well.
God, she led a hard life towards the end of her years there, wasn't she? Oof. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I remember seeing her with Brigitte Nielsen on Celebrity Rehab, I believe.
Yeah, we talked about that a little before. Both of them were just a sad. It was sad to see.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, good night. Why she'll haul off someday and tear him limb from limb. He'll be the most henpecked bozo east of Timbuktu.
Hmm.
And then I guess society note here. So, all right, I think that's the end of that story.
Timbuktu.
Let's see what else we have. Oh no, actually, no, it's not. Okay, I guess there's more to this.
Okay. Have you ever been to Cucamonga, California?
No, I
remember.
I don't get.
You froze up. Or am I freezing up?
Over to Orange. I've gotten to over. Huh?
Okay, that's fine. It looked like the stream hiccuped a little bit, but we're fine. Mike, I just remember an old, it's not Jack Benny, but like one of the old comedy radio shows where they would, and it's from California, they'd say, train leaving on track 3 for Anaheim, Azusa, and Cucamonga. Like that was the big joke.
Yeah. I mean, I've been over into Orange County before, but
I know it.
Where I live, I'm kind of like on the edge between LA and OC. So
yeah, I remember going to Azusa when I was a kid.
Excuse me a moment. I'm gonna see if I can.
No problem.
See if I can.
I also obviously remember going to Anaheim because used to watch the Dodgers. When a Cyclops asks you your name, what do you tell him? Nobody. A Cyclops has a body. I don't get that one, Toys. A Cyclops has one big eye. What do you mean, like no body? If you're throwing jokes out there, they got to make sense, yo. I'm just saying.
Batgoat Toys is referring to the Greek legend of Odysseus. There was a time when Odysseus, so Odysseus was on a ship, right? And they crash landed on this island where a Cyclops had taken his crew hostage. And so what they did to try to beat him, they ended up blinding him. He attacked him, ended up blinding him. And after he blinded him, he asked, well, who blinded me? And he said, and then Odysseus answered, nobody. And so when the Cyclops friends came and asked him, well, who blinded you? He said, nobody.
Okay.
It's from the Greek.
That's from the Odyssey. That's not from Greek mythology. I studied Greek mythology a few months ago for my trivia. That is the Minotaur was on the island. Oh gosh, it's so in depth. But I believe what you're talking about is from the Odyssey, the book.
The Odyssey. Yeah, that's what it was. The Odyssey.
It's not Greek mythology.
I knew it was from something like that, but I just.
But at the time of yes. I did not get that. My bad.
Yeah, I knew what he was talking about. But anyways, I'm going to go off for just a little more here, just for real quick.
All right. So, is anyone still here? Are we talking to anyone? We got 3 watching. I've got an idea. You guys know how I like to craft things. You've seen the Lulz trophy. I crafted that. I'm thinking of a new project. Do you guys want to know what it is? Kind of has something to do with the Spudco industry stuff, like this stuff. Well, I've got an idea for a potato camera too, but I'm thinking about a chair. You know how everyone that streams has their cool, like Recaro Porsche racing seat chair for sitting down, turning on a camera and turning on your computer and talking into a camera. Like you need this massive $400 race car seat. I think that's really silly. So I want to make something like cardboard that would stick up out of this chair, but like form it like that, put fake seat belts down over it. Should I do something like that? Or is that just too big of a project? And then I'd probably freak out. I wouldn't do it right. And does anyone get what I'm saying? Because you guys know I'm a little out there. Sometimes a little off. Both oars aren't in the water, as they say. Remember who remembers the old Saturday Night Live when Farley used to go on SNL, and the one character he was some expert talking about something.
All right.
Oh, okay. I'll finish that story if you guys want, but I asked them a bunch of questions and no one answered me.
Yeah. Well, you have to get, as Toys reminded me the other night.
You do have to give it time.
You know, you have to kind of give them a few minutes because there's a little bit of a lag, I guess, on the stream. So
it's usually about 15 seconds. 15 seconds seems to be about the industry standard across all the streams I go to.
Yeah. Well, Batgoat, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but I don't have one of those racing car chairs.
You don't. So you heard what I said. Do you get the idea of what I'm talking about?
This is my chair right here, guys.
That's awesome. That looks like my chair upstairs. Toys, you get it? All right. I'll look into it. No promises, but I will try to make a stupid racing car chair for streaming. I think.
All right. Well,
go ahead.
You finished, Batgoat?
I'm finished. Yes.
All right. So back to the story here. Sorry about that. I had to try to get my nose and stop running or.
No problem. No problem. That's why I'm here. I babbled like a moron. I think they're okay with that, right, guys?
Mm-hmm. And in behalf of the Skunk Street merchants, I present these wedding presents. Oh, honey bunch. Ain't it swell? Heavenly, my pet. Heavenly. Again, that late Lulu Bell there reminds me of that one lady I was telling you about from that old cartoon. That you were, I need a man, I need a man, I need a man. Something to that effect. Anyways, you got married, so suddenly Lulu Bell, that easy, and we forgot to congratulate you. Oh, Sonny, we're the happiest couple that ever lived, ain't we, Honeybug? Yes, indeed. oh, look, you see that, Batgoat?
No, I missed. What am I looking at?
Okay, look how the married couple there is sitting, Lulu Bell and Mr. Wallace there. Look at how they're sitting.
She's holding him like he's a kid or something.
Yeah, he's sitting on her lap.
Yeah.
He's sitting on her lap.
I think they're saying that she's in charge.
I guess.
She's large and in charge.
Well, I mean, look. Well, even look over here, back at this panel. Look at the size difference there.
Yeah,
I mean, she's even taller than the salesman right there. It looks like. I'd say she's probably about 6. She might be 6 feet.
She's an Alice the Goon type for sure.
Hmm. That is Dell, not David McKay or King Beatrice. You poor old bachelors. Y'all have to come out to supper tonight and get some real home cooking. No, no, pet. You forget that the wedding presents are not unpacked. The furniture's still on the front porch, and curtains aren't up, and my clothes haven't been washed. You can help. You can help me, honey. We'll get it done somehow. Good. Oomp, oomp. Honk, honk. Hack. Uh, oh dear. It's his heart again. Poor Holly. He can't seem to lift a hand without it acting up. What do you think, Batgoat? You
I
think
think he's faking it.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what
he's
I was.
trying to get out of doing some work there, right?
That's what I'm thinking. But I insist on helping you, pet. No, sorry. You sat right there and rest yourself. I'll put up the curtains myself. Move the furniture, do the washing, cook supper, and everything. You see the kid right there, the kid behind her. Look at his facial expression right there. You see it, back out?
Yeah.
By the way, sweet, I neglected to settle my hotel bill before we were married. Would you mind dropping by and if I ain't overdrawed at the bank, there there that's a nice boy. You just sit and rest yourself a spell. Man, this guy's a. What do you think? The term con artist is coming to mind. What do you
I
think?
agree with that. I think he's a scammer. And he got those butterscotch pies too, that jerk.
Yeah. And look at again. Look at Sunny. Look at Wash Subs over there behind Lulubelle.
Yeah, I think he's seeing through the dude, isn't he?
Well, yeah, both the other guys were seeing through it. Even the
Yeah.
it's his heart, poor boy. I doesn't let him lift a finger for fear he'll overtax it. And look, there's a question mark there.
He's like, really?
Yeah, that's what he's probably thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So you see over here, up in the upper left hand corner, this frame right here, 6 p.m. Oh, my pet, you are a jewel, a priceless jewel. Boy, what a meal! Glory be! All the work I had to do, washing, ironing, scrubbing floors, moving furniture, cooking, and like it's a wonder it's fitting to gobble. And like everybody's like dressed all like in 7 p.m. Gangway! I gotta wash the dishes, Holly. Can't stand a messy house.
Okay, at this point, the guy's a real jerk now. Like, I want to
Well, look
punch
at
him.
that. He's smoking, and he's supposed to have this very weak heart. He's smoking.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah,
Look at that.
he's hitting a blunt like it's me and Anon. And oh, my heart! But then he can light up 10 cones of OG Kush. Yeah, he's a scammer.
Oh boy, okay. This is not gonna. I don't think this is gonna end very well.
You think she's gonna find him out and
maybe we'll see.
I predict
I
she
didn't actually read
roughs
through
him
this
up
beforehand, so I'm learning all this just like you are.
Okay. I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of her anger. It looks like she can throw a good punch.
Well, look at her right there at 9 p.m. Look at her. She's out in the. It looks like she's out in the yard there. I don't know if she's hoeing something or
It
what.
looks like she's hoeing in the garden.
Yeah. Now to get the yard grubbed up and plant him some flowers, the dear boy is simply wild about flowers. Just check something here, because even though I know we started right away, let's see. Wow, we're already at 41 minutes. Sheesh. Wow, that's. Anyways, 11 p.m. Poor boy. He's had a hard day. He's plumb tuckered out. I reckon I'll have to put him to bed. Only 9:18, sir. Just the right sort of a chapeau to add a dash of grandeur.
What did Happy Smurf Day? You mean say? So typo there. What did Happy Smurf say when he saw Smurfette? Holy Smurfer.
Okay.
Dude, it's just not good. I can't give you points on these toys.
That sounds like a very bad pun right there.
But it's not even close because they say that all the time in a show.
Yeah, it's like every other word is Smurf to them.
Yeah, it's not even, that would have been funny in 1982 toys, but come on, get the dad jokes going again. Come on, brother. I know you can do it.
Yeah. Silk pajamas and a dressing gown also. Yes, nothing but the finest, my man. And I charge them to my wife. Oh boy. Hey, Batgoat. Doesn't this seem kind of like a reversal of fortunes here or something like that?
He was acting like a rich guy, and that's how he landed her, right? But he's a scammer. He's, like you said, he's a con artist.
But look at it. It's not just a con art. It's almost like the roles are reversed here. In a way, because isn't usually the usual joke is it's usually the woman who acts like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but it's almost like they've reversed the roles here.
Yep.
You see that?
Yeah. He's looking for a free ride.
Mm-hmm. Well, and only 10 cents. It is a perfume so rare and exquisite, my sweet, that I could not resist the urge to procure it for you. Oh, Holly, you sweet, generous boy. All me life I've wanted some perfume, and glory be, you've went and done it. That's actually kind of a nice dress you got on there. Like the flower arrangement right there.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a nice dress.
Makes her look a little more woman-like. Yeah. Not much, but She's got to. She's got to get rid of the Mo Howard or Mo.
The haircut.
Yeah, the Three Stooges Mo Howard haircut.
I'm liable to disturb you, honey. You better run down to the office to read your paper. Let's see. A most salacious suggestion, my sweet. The only chair. Wondering if that, I don't know if that's her son or what. I mean, I know she's called him Sonny before, but
yeah, I don't know who he is.
Yeah. Well, the features. Well, I think his name's Wash Tubbs, but
wasn't she wearing like a deputy's badge in the beginning?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Dear me, look, I do believe that horse is running away. Where? You're cuckoo. Why he's only trotting? Oh, well, perhaps you're right, my friend. Oh, man, he just conned the kid out of the chair. Oh, man. This dude's something else. Hey, Batgoat.
Yep.
Dude is just something else.
He is a scammer. He's a shyster.
What's that? What's that? I said you grab my chair. This is a sheriff's office, not a library. Oh, okay. So I guess he's a sheriff.
And I thought she, in the first few frames, she had a badge on too when she was wearing that red shirt. Like maybe she was a deputy for him and not anymore. I don't know.
Oh, well, we can't. Let's go back a few pages. All right. So here.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe she was. Okay.
So she was a deputy too. Or like she was the sheriff and he's her deputy or something like that. That's my guess.
Oh. Okay, that may have been the last page right there of that story. So let's back down to where we were there. My dear Mr. Tubbs, allow me to remind you that I am the sheriff's husband. Okay, so she was actually a sheriff. She's actually the sheriff. Okay.
She's the sheriff. Semi-famous sitcom from the 90s starring Suzanne Summers.
Yeah, I kind of remember
completely
that.
Stolen from comics of the 30s. There you go.
Let's see. Allow me. Okay, I'm the sheriff's husband, and that I, C. Hollis Wallace, have a right to sit in my wife's chair whenever I jolly well please. I mean, if that's how you felt, then why did you have to trick? Here's the question I would have for him: if that was truly the case, then why did you feel the need to trick him out of the chair?
Because he's a scammer.
Let's see that. I think that's the last part of that story. Yeah. So
okay. Boy, there was no wrap up. Obviously, it'd be finished in a later, like the next month's issue, probably. But that guy sucked. I wanted to kick him in the nuts.
Or maybe do a rapid fire stomp on his genitalia.
Yeah.
A rocket stomp on his genitalia.
Run full speed at him and do the double leg, just wham, and then you fall on your left side and you roll away from it. Marines taught me how to do it, but I would not try that these days.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's see. So where are we at time wise? I know we're still pretty good, so we're already up to 50 minutes. Anyways, let's see. Just I get it. Let's see. All right, yeah,
Oh,
that's
good Lord. Toys.
why Smurfette, the only Smurf who recycles. She is the only one with a blue box.
That you scored for that one. That's a legitimate point right there.
I have no idea what that even means, but
I don't want to explain it. It's nasty.
uh, dirty humor, I take it.
Yes.
But just reminiscing about the beautiful hero, beautiful herb garden I had when I was growing up. It was good times.
Times. THYME. Time. When I first read that, I'm like, okay, toys. What? And then, yeah, I read it again. I went, oh.
All right, so I'm gonna brief you. I'm gonna just. This is G-Man, his Arizona Kid, Western Story. Oop. Look, Cowboy Comic out of the way. International Spy. Umbrella Pete. Coast Guard. Let's read this one. It's kind of
Sombrero Pete, huh?
yeah. Coast Guard. Okay, there was, I think, another
Tequila
one.
Fred. Poncho Steve.
In the name of the law. Yeah, well, let's check this one out, I guess. Look. All right. Look. That looks like our man, Vern. You're right, Floyd. Get your heater ready. I think I know what the term heater means in this case. Do you know what the term heater means?
It means a gat. It means a rod. It means a piece. It means packing heat.
Mm-hmm. Out from the station comes a group of 4 officers guarding the desperado Frank Nash, gunman pal of Floyd and Miller.
Pretty boy Floyd.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Watch Nash there. His pals may try to rescue him. I'll blast down those coppers, and we'll grab off Nash. Here goes. It's the boys. They nailed the cops. Oh. The machine gun stutters its song of death, and the 4 officers go down as Nash starts to run toward Miller and Pretty Boy Floyd. Yeah, you were right, Pretty Boy Floyd. And from what I understand, wasn't he a famous outlaw at the time?
Mm-hmm. He was, yeah.
Excuse me one more time. I'm gonna go off screen for just a moment here.
Yeah, they're using real life there, so I don't know who Miller is. You'd have Pretty Boy Floyd. Who are the other famous gangsters? Back in the Depression era, the gangsters were kind of famous, even though people thought that they were like Robin Hood types. Bonnie and Clyde. Clyde Barrow never gave any money to anyone else other than himself. So a lot of those gangsters were mistakenly given this persona of being good people that helped the poor and stuff like that. And they didn't. They were horrible, horrible people. Babyface Nelson was another gangster, right? He hated being called Babyface. John Dillinger, he was the one that got, he was just a mean old murderer. John Dillinger was the one they ambushed outside the theater with, cops ambushed him. They set him up with that blonde girl, and he came out. They shot him dead. They put down Bonnie and Clyde pretty good too.
Al Capone was another one from that period.
Yeah, but he was the Scarface. The original Scarface would be Al Capone. Yep.
Yeah. So.
But people had no illusions about him. They knew he was a horrible guy.
And it wasn't really for as much for his mafioso stuff that got him sent to prison. It was that he actually got sent to prison for tax evasion.
Correct. Yep. A tuna fish, like tuna fish.
Yeah. Hey, don't! It's me, Nash. Wait. But as the killers pour a last hail of lead across the station plaza, Nash, the man they are trying to help escape, is also caught by the slug and drops dead. So basically, they were trying to break him out, and they ended up
killing their own dude.
Yeah.
I wonder if that really happened.
Step on it, Miller. They're all dead, and here come more cops. Let's see. Open up in the name of the law, or we'll blast the place wide open. Immediately, the G-men swing into action and smash their way into Vern Miller's hideout. But he and Pretty Boy have fled. In the raid, the G-men Jim, I think is the name of this particular feature, find one slim clue: Adam Righetti's fingerprint, and Ricchetti, I guess. And Ricchetti is a known pal of Pretty Boy Floyd.
Hey, Anon.
There's a fingerprint. All right. There's a fingerprint. This bottle that was in Miller's hideout, and it's a print of Adam Richetti's index finger. The word goes out: bring in Pretty Boy Floyd. But the desperate gunman is nowhere to be found. The feds will never take me, dead or alive. And so, a friendly gray old man goes up into the Oklahoma hills, disguised as a cattle trader, to learn all he can about Pretty Boy Floyd, whose home is nearby. The cattleman is a federal agent.
Leto's in the house now as well. Anon.
Hey, Leto. Hey, Anon. How you guys doing tonight?
And toys. Do you know what they call E.T. in the barrio? They call him Eddie Torres, the extra testicle. Batgoat is taking a point for himself.
Howdy! I'm a buying cattle. Bought some over by the Floyd farm the other day. Meanwhile, Vern Miller is assassinated, and Ricchetti is trapped by unrelenting law, but Floyd is still free. On the Minnesota border, officers catch sight of Floyd and stage a gun battle with him, but again he escapes. So I guess there's the there's Vern Miller right there on the ground there. And now I don't know this black stuff here. I don't know if that's supposed to be blood right there.
Probably. I think so. I think this is all real events. This is probably how it went down. Is what I'm guessing.
Which back in these days, they did throw in like some real life stuff in there every now and again too. Burn them down, boys. It's the feds. G-men are closing in on me. I better travel only at dark. Near East Liverpool, Ohio, Floyd gets a meal from a farm woman and flees on, but this time he is too late. I'm awful hungry. I'll pay ya for the food. He acts kind of suspicious. Howdy, ma'am. Have you there? There he is in the field. Halt, Floyd. I guess it's an older woman right here. As Floyd leaves the house, two cars full of G-men under Melvin Purvis arrive and spot the fugitive killer. Turning yellow at the last, Floyd runs like a hunted rabbit, and federal guns bring him down in a cornfield. The end of the trail for a killer.
He ran like a little.
He wouldn't halt, so he died like any other rat of the underworld.
He died like a biatch. I believe that is a true story. I mean, I can't remember with my forensic trivia mind, but everything they're saying sure sounds like that's probably how it went down. Is my guess.
We're already past the hour mark, so I've got to start getting this up if I want to get to at least some stories in the popular comics here. So let's read Myra North another time. Let's see. Like obviously, I'm trying to. Of course, this may not be as big of an issue. Okay, Tom. I'll get to Tom Mix here real quick because it's one of the stories I wanted to read out of this one. Because Tom Mix was another kind of famous character back in these days. This is all captions, so I don't have to worry about going back and forth like that. Shooting it out with the renegade Scott Summers, not to be confused with the X-Men Scott Summers, by the way. In fact, I think the name looks like it's even spelled differently. But
hey, is our buddy Question Mark still here? Or Junkin, you still around? Just wondering.
Well, usually the Question Mark guy usually just lurks, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's continue on with this. Let's see. Shooting out with the renegade Scott Summers and the Outlaws, Tom and Shoreful suddenly are trapped between two fires. Somebody's firing from in back of us, Shoreful Wilcox exclaims as burning lead bites at them from two sides. Searching for a way out while swapping shot for shot with their enemies. Tom sees a window above his head and leaps up to it. Oh, there he is in the red shirt. By mighty effort, Tom gets inside, then hauls up Sorrowful Wilcox. Mary Bear, we're clear of Tom, says Tom says grimly. But I doubt it.
Drive safe, Leto.
Okay. Tom's hunch is good. A moment later, Summers and his men charge into the room where Tom and Sorrel are getting their breath. Guns blaze fiercely as Sorrel yells, "Up, up, up these stairs, Tom!" Let's see. They're gonna rush us. Hold them off, Sorrel, Tom orders, as the two pals back up the stairway, fighting desperately for their lives. Reaching the roof, Sorrel holds off the attackers while Tom figures out a way to escape. I've got it, Tom grins. We'll try for the next roof. Look at that leap. Look at that leap right there, huh, Batgoat?
Is he going roof to roof there?
I think so.
Wow. With his gun drawn. Yep. Check him out.
Outnumbered, Tom holds off Summer's men while Sorrel leaps to the next roof. Then Tom, with the speed of light, follows his friend.
Toys is cleaning up the trophy.
So here's Tom right here. Try for the next roof. Try for the next roof too, Tom orders. Their horses are hitched on the street below. Next place. Below the next place. I think he's suggesting they take off with the bad guy's horses, I take it. Before Scott Summers and his gunmen can follow, Tom and Sorrel reach the next roof, descend through the house to the street, and are away free. Didn't I call it? They took off with their horses. Did I not call it?
I'm sorry, Mike. I was laughing at something else. Anon just dropped a beauty. He made a good joke, but he gave credit to Rodney Dangerfield. That's why it was such a good joke.
Yeah. But once outside of town, Tom calls a halt. We'll cut through the creek to hide our tracks, he decides. I want to find out who was firing on us from behind.
I'm sorry, but you pull a good Dangerfield joke. That's a 2-pointer right there, Anon. Way to go. I tell you, no respect at all.
Who ya reckon it was, Tom? Sorrel asked. Tom is silent. He has a hunch, but time and nerve will show whether he's right. Interesting way to say that. Time and nerve, huh?
Time and what? Time and nerve.
Time and nerve.
Yeah. Well, I get what they're saying now.
Yeah. I've just never heard it that way before. That's why I was highlighting.
Yeah, it's old school. Interesting way of talking.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back in town, Sheriff Dale and his crooked deputies confer with Summers. We'll frame Tom Mix and Wilcox as hoss thieves, the sheriff says. Excuse me again. I gotta go off camera here for a quick moment. I'll be right back.
Hey, Anon. Yeah, totally. Old Dangerfield is brilliant. It really is brilliant to watch if you're an old trivia jerk like me. Of course, being older, I grew up on all those movies. He started his career as a stand-up and he was 50. He had already pretty much retired as like a siding salesman or something like that. I don't know the full story on him. But it was something like that. He got into comedy later in life, and boy, did he changed the face of comedy as we know it. And by the way, I looked up the Pretty Boy Floyd thing as I was suspecting what Mike read was an actual event of what happened. They called it the Kansas City Massacre. When his gang tried to spring that dude, they killed 4 cops and the dude they were trying to spring. So that's why they gunned those dudes down. The feds didn't play back in the 30s. They carried out it. I mean, it's pretty much vengeance killing. They killed a lot of those gangsters.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm back. So yeah, and I was hearing what you were saying there. That's a cool little trivia tidbit there that you just pointed out.
You know how I am. My mind is filled with useless information.
Yeah.
I like to vomit it on everyone.
Yeah. You mean on account they rode off with them horses and got away? Scott Summers sneers. That's it, Sheriff. Sheriff. That's it. Sheriff Dole chuckles, and even I'm getting a little tongue twisted there. But the crooked sheriff and the rest do not know that Tom and Sorrel have circled back, and even now are listening outside the window. Oh boy!
Were they spying on him?
I guess.
I haven't been following this story. I don't get what's happening.
If we can frame Mix and Wilcox the two listeners here, Sheriff Dulce, we can get Wilcox's ranch easy, and you all know why we got to do that. A few minutes later, the sheriff and his men gallop out to track down Tom Mix and Sorrel Wilcox.
I'll be right back.
All right. Let's see. Our best chance is to put the horses back on the hitching rack and act like nothing ever happened, Tom decides. With the sheriff and his men out of sight, Tom and Sorrel return the borrowed horses and calmly sit down on the porch of the hotel. Actually, yeah, because that would be an interesting point. Because I don't think anybody actually saw them actually take the horses. A few hours later, Sheriff Dole and his posse return to town, having lost the trail. Amazed, they see the horses back at the hitching rack. Wait, okay. We can't get him for horse stealing. Summers admits, but I've got a plan to kill Mix, and it'll look like self-defense. Adopting Summers' plan, the group approaches Tom and Sorrel. You're a yalla snake, Tom Mix, and Summer snarls. Go for your gun. Summers' hand streaks for his gun, and Tom swings into action. But across the street, one of Summers' outlaws is drawing a bead on Tom. And that was the end of that story. So let's see. I think we'll hit any more stories here. Just kind of breeze through these real quick before we head on to popular. There's Deadwood Gulch, The Lone Marshal, Tom Beatty. Sheriff. Hey kids, here's for the best in comic fun, read popular comics, the funnies, and the comic. You back, Batgoat?
I am back. Looks like Anon peaced out. So peace out there, Anon.
For the best in comic fun, read popular comics and the funnies featuring Dick Tracy, Harold Teen, Smitty, Moon Mullins, Little Orphan Annie, Skippy, Alley Oop, Herky, regular fellas, Tailspin Tommy, Boots, Mutton Jeff, Dan Dunn, Ben Webster, Kathleen Alley, and dozens more. So yeah.
You know what? I'm wearing the hat and these stupid old headphones. I look like an old school type of dude. I look like an old 60s style pilot or something.
Oh. Okay, I see. I guess Anon has his lady friend over. I guess, right?
Everyone see that? Look, that's the latest picture of my little peanut. He's so cute. He holds himself up now. He's starting to gain weight. A little chubby.
All right, and so we got through that. So let's see, where are we at time wise? Hour and
16.
So I think I might be able to get through maybe at least a couple of stories in popular comics.
Old DJ Toys says, looking like an old disc jockey.
Let's see. Gotta find.
What are bone shakers?
Oh, cool.
Sorry, Toys. I'm not picking on you because you're commandingly in the lead as always, but I got to check on these jokes. What is a bone shaker?
So yeah, here's popular comics. There's number 20 right there.
What? Leto, just go to work.
What?
He's a jerk.
Why is he a jerk?
Look what he just wrote, the very last thing.
Batgoat cosplaying Drex.
How am I cosplaying Drex?
Oh boy.
I haven't touched a woman in many years.
Okay, so anyways, we're now on to popular comics here.
Okay, and Toys, I get what you're saying. I'm going to give that to you.
Okay. So popular comics featuring Dick Tracy.
There he is.
Skippy. Terry of Terry and the Pirates. And Harold Teen. Among others. Rats! I missed again! Little kid, I think, was trying to shoot the target, but look what he got instead.
Shot it right through the dude's stovepipe hat. Mm-hmm. Or his top hat.
And then here's the ad page.
Ads. There's more telescopes in this one. There's a couple pew-pews. There's more neat stuff in there. That's pretty cool. Oh, see the military rings there. I'd want one of those Navy rings.
All right, so look at Dick Tracy here. So, yes, Mr. Tracy. Patton's condition is still serious, but there is improvement and still hope for his recovery. Thank heaven. Thank heaven. he had been stabbed. Oh wait. Where's? Oh, okay. Actually, he had been stabbed twice in the back and once in the shoulder, one in the thrust, pierced a portion of the right lung. Oh, the poor kid. And and this and this Mimi woman and her blank friend
Thank
are
you.
still at large.
Well done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're still gonna run into it on occasion.
We are. But yeah, that's good. Just gloss right over it.
Yeah. Right. The dagger on the scene is of a typical Oriental type, which under the microscope reveals a total absence of fingerprints. Okay, that would mean the knife was left there simply as a warning. Dick? That's right, Chief. Hey, Hey, Tracy! Junior! Ah! Just now, down. Quit, quit the blabbering, kid.
Get a hold of yourself. Get a hold of yourself. Psh, psh. I'll handle this. Get a hold of yourself. Get a hold of yourself.
Bob Honor and I were on our way here when a car swerved close to us and we crossed the street and what? A fellow hit Bob on the head and dragged him into the car and took him away. What kind of car? What kind of car? Did you get the license number? It had no license plates and the shades were pulled down in the back seat. Move along. He's not so light. Put him on the couch. So, my little sweetie was going to throw me over, was he? Going to wash his hands of Mimi, huh? When this baby wakes up, what a surprise he's going to have. Uncle Jeb marrying Parson. Oh, I guess what a surprise indeed, huh? Okay, hold on to him. He's still woozy. Yes, sir. Another young couple sent merrily on their way. Titch, titch. It appears the young man has a considerable hangover, but I get lots of them that way. Oh boy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Um, we got the ceremony over just in time, Mimi. The stuff is beginning to wear off. He's coming too. Maybe they drugged him.
That's what it looks like.
Back to town, driver. Hey, look at that car coming around the curve. Hey, Tracy, take a look at the car we're passing. Don't let them catch us. Don't worry. Oh, wait. Don't don't let him catch us. Don't worry, Mimi. Hold her, hold her, hold her in the road, Tracy. They've got our tires. 30 minutes later. Up the stairs, honey. Don't honey me. What is this? Where am I? What? Up the stairs, Lips. What is this? We've just been to a wedding, Lips. Our wedding. We're married. Married? Listen, if I didn't know you were gagging, I'd take it easy, honey. We're really married. Here's the marriage license and the certificate. You even signed your name. Don't you remember? Yes, honey. We're really married. Surely you believe me by this time. Why you? I ought to break your neck for this. Anybody that would drug a person and then. But I, I, I love you, Lips. I mean, every word of it. And I'm not going to let anybody else have you. I think I'm doing a better woman's voice now than I did earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Finally,
you got it
I
now.
feel like I'm starting to finally get in the groove here, even though we're like more towards the end of the stream. But you know, I'm on the level these days, Mimi. I'm going straight. I'm through with you and your crowd. You're not through with me, Lips. I won't let you be. Meanwhile, Dick Tracy is answering a request contained in an anonymous telephone call received previously, asking him to come to a certain address. Hmm. A rather run-down neighborhood. Well, I might as well knock. You telephone for Detective Tracy? Yes. Come in, Detective. You are trying to locate Lips Mancus, also known as Bob Honor, aren't you? That's right, ma'am. Or that's right, madam. The man you seek was at one time my husband. I am Kitty Manless. We were divorced in 1934. So that would have been from this point about 3 years prior.
Of course he divorced her. She looks like some kind of mutated mannequin.
Well, that might just be the artwork there, Batgoat.
It's bad. She looks like a freak. Just saying.
You don't mean it. I I did not know Lips was ever married at any time. This is a big surprise to me. Very few people did know it. You see, you you haven't been happy since you left the crowd. I can see it in your face. You've even lost something of your old appearance, Lips. Your face looks drawn. You look weak and soft. You need your old pompadour haircut.
Yeah, he's
Again.
looking like a '90s skate punk with his comb under, shave the sides and make it long. Comb over. What do they call it? Comb under.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a style guy, so. And your mustache, just like you used to wear. Oh, okay. Stand right where you are, everyone. Everything's going to be all right. Just what is the meaning of this invasion, Flatfoot? We've come to take you away, Bob, and out of the clutches of this. You what? You what? You can't take him away. He's my husband. He's just the same. I'm taking him, and I'm also putting you under arrest for the attempted murder of Pat Patton by stabbing. That's a lie. You can't prove it. Prove a thing. Now get out of here. Come on, Bob. Let's get going. We'll put this woman where she can't do any more harm. Why? What, Bob? Supposing I don't want to go, Tracy. What? But I thought you had reformed, Lips. I don't want you back for myself. Oh wait. I didn't even. But I thought you had reformed, Lips. I don't want you back for myself. I just want you to stay straight. Yeah, suppose I don't want to go. What? Hey?
The old trapdoor.
Au revoir, detective, and happy landings. And see what happens in our next issue. I'd been wanting to read any of the Dick Tracy stories. It's just that I just never got around to it. So that's why I wanted to make sure I got it in tonight.
That was a
See.
good one.
Yeah. Wow, we're already past an hour. I'm gonna try to see if I can get one more in.
Yeah, you got time for one more, and then start wrapping probably.
Yeah. The Curious World, Sister Susie. Always belittling. Yeah. Always belittling, and Skippy were one of those stories there that where they were sharing pages basically. Terry and the Pirates. Oh yeah, and I don't know if I saw it in the other one too, but they had some crossword puzzles in here too. Sweeney and Son, Gasoline Alley, School Days, Don Winslow. I was thinking of reading this one, but I think this one might be a little long too, because I know you're a Navy guy. Don Winslow was a pretty well known Navy. And here's the other story from the same guy who wrote Don Winslow, Boston Hall Sea Scout.
Bosun Hall.
Any Whittle.
I think I told you that before. The Navy does. The English language gets screwed up when you start mixing in maritime things. There's a lot of apostrophes and shortened words like forecastle meaning forecastle, and bosun meaning boatswain, and
yeah. There's some Moon Mullins right here. And then Dopey, Felix Skull, Avail, and then Apple, Mary, and Denny, Harold Team. And no, I thought that. Oh, here we go. Here's what I was looking. Simpo Dell.
Simple deal.
Simp serves a sample meal.
Simp serves a sample meal. Simp serves a sample meal. It's hard to. It's a tongue twister.
Yeah. I can't make up my mind what to eat. The roast beef is extra good. Let me give you a little piece to try. That beef was so tender we had to pour it in the oven.
Oh, sorry, I was just sound checking my microphone.
Oh, sound like you burped.
Oh, maybe I did.
No, I don't feel like roast beef today. Well, I betcha you will go for this leg of lamb. Just try a slice of it. Oh, I get what he's going. Serves a sample meal. I get it. I think I get it already. How is it? You want to order? You want an order of it? No, I don't care much for lamb. I think I know what he's doing here. Can you see what he's doing, Batgoat? You there, man?
Yeah. Why? What? What I missed?
Have you been following along in the story here?
No, I just went to grab a beer.
Oh, okay. Well, here. You can't miss on our corned beef and cabbage. Just try it. I'll try it. I never cared much for cabbage. Maybe you'd like to try our goulash. It's very exceptionally good. I think I already figured out what he's doing here. Can you see what he's doing, Batgoat?
Mm-mm.
I mean, just look at the title again. Simp serves a sample meal. He's basically, well, I'll make the point when we're finished with reading it. All right, now can I take your order? Just give me a glass of water and a toothpick.
Nah.
So, do you see what he did right there?
He kind of got a free meal by like sampling the stuff, didn't he? Is that what he did?
That's where I was going with it.
Okay. All right. I get it. Yeah.
A streaky Dylan Daffy, be a champion. So, top view, I get side view. Various swimming poses right there. Jack
you are
Medica.
Absolutely right, Toys.
What?
Toys made a comment about me that's kind of true. Talking about me running to the fridge to grab more elixir.
And here's another kind of promotional, and there's Squibbly right there. That's Squibbly.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, kids! For the best in comic fun, read Popular Comics, The Funnies, and The Comics, America's leading comic magazines. Yeah, they took the Little Orphan Annie out of this issue there. But I was thinking of reading hers as well, but Soldier of Fortune, Little Joe.
I don't need to hear Little Orphan Annie.
Well, you don't want to hear from Little Annie Warbucks there?
No, that's like one comic I know too much about.
You know too much?
Well, not too much. I've ever since I was a kid back in the 70s, we always heard about her and had to watch every single revival of that stupid movie.
Oh, yeah, so the counter is saying only one person's watching, but we know there's more than one person watching, I would hope. Oh, and I guess we lost a like because now it's saying 4 where we had 5 earlier on.
Is that right? Someone took away a like?
I guess. But anyway, so yeah, we're at an hour 40 now. So at least when I get into the more specified stuff, it'll be a little bit easier because I'll actually have stuff. I'll actually have the features planned out. It's not like right. With the more generalized format, like what we've been doing, since I've been kind of like just randomly picking stuff. It's like it's a little bit harder to get through when you're just randomly picking stuff. But I was trying to balance it all out with the very different story types and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
But now that I'll be getting into more of a specific format, that should help smooth things out of it. And considering we pretty much almost started right from the beginning too.
Pretty much, yeah.
So yeah. So well, if you can join me afterwards as well for just the post game.
No problem.
Wrap up, as it were. That if you don't mind doing that, right?
Yeah. No problem.
Okay. So we're at an hour 41. So I think it is a good time now that we did get through all the stuff there. I think it is about a good time to start wrapping up here. So let me just review here real quick the stuff that I'm going to cover for history, and then we'll get to that. 1990. Okay. All right. Well, hey, guys, I thank everybody for being here tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the stories. I know at times I might have sounded a little choppy there. My nose is really acting up, unfortunately.
Oh, that wasn't bad. You're fine, Mike.
Yeah. So, anyways, with that being said, I think it is about a good time to start wrapping up. So, is everybody ready for this day in Neat history?
History time.
Laugh out loud. Run low on all. So every now and then. So, is everybody ready for this day in each history? And the Batgoat is.
I am.
All right. Well, without any further ado, today is Friday, April the 9th, 2021. So let's take a look back at this day in each history. And our first stop is going to be back 40 years ago today. As on this date, 40 years ago today, the 50th issue of Jonah Hex from DC Comics went on sale on this date in 1981, 40 years ago today, for 50 cents. It was 32 pages. Ross Andrew was the editor. Michael J. Flesher was the writer. Dick Ehlers was the penciler. Tony DeZuniga was the inker. Lettering was done by Shelley Lefferson, and Robert K. LaRose did the coloring. So on this date, 40 years ago today, the 50th issue of Jonah Hex went on sale from DC Comics. And also, 1981 is just so nice that we got to hit it twice. As also on this date back in 1981, Buddy Rose would defeat Jay Youngblood for the NWA Pacific Northwest heavyweight title in Portland on this date in 1981. Many of you would remember Buddy Rose more probably from his time towards the end of his career in the WWE as enhancement talent Playboy Buddy Rose. But prior to that, earlier on in his career, particularly on the West Coast, he was a main eventer on the West Coast, primarily in Portland, but also somewhat in San Francisco in the late 70s. So on this date, 40 years ago today as well, Buddy Rose would defeat the late Jay Youngblood for the NWA Pacific Northwest Heavyweight title. Awesome. So, and as we move on to the next piece of niche history, on this date, back in 2006, 15 years ago today, the Simpsons episode Kiss Kiss Bang Bang Bangalore aired on this date back 15 years ago today. This is the episode where the Simpsons went to India. So on this date 15 years ago today, the Simpsons episode Kiss Kiss Bang Bang Bangalore
they're doing a plan. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yeah. So, and once again, in this case, 2006. 2006 is just so nice that we're going to hit it twice. As also on this date, 15 years ago today, the anime Musashi Gundo premiered on ES-I and Animax on this date 15 years ago today. So on this date 15 years ago today, the anime Musashi Gundo debuted on BSI and Animax. So that's pretty much it for tonight, guys. I thank you all for being here tonight. Batgoat, if you'll... actually, before we go, I think Batgoat's got something he'd like to talk about or say.
Of course. For the end of tonight's stream, are you ready? Oh, sorry. It's time for the Lulz Trophy presentation. Once again, the Action Toys channel kills it with 8 Lulz. Anon got 2. That's the next closest. All right.
There's ATC was really going after it tonight, huh? He's been going
after your trophy toys. Can you okay, there we go. There's your bud, drunken garden gnome. I'm really proud of him and my glue gun abilities there. All right. So, like I said, Toys has won the trophy 3 times now. I think I'm going to have to set something up. Like, once he hits 5, there's going to have to be some kind of gift or something.
Well, if he's getting it that much, you may have to scrutinize his stuff a little bit more.
No, he knows the rules. He's throwing out really bad dad jokes, and he pretty much scores every time he throws one out. So I think after 5, like, I'll send you bat bucks or something. I'll have to make something. Maybe a little piece of paper with a sticker on it or something. You guys let me know. No, I'll figure it out.
All right. So is that it then?
I'm good.
All right. Well, guys, thank you all for joining me tonight. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Okay, let's see. ATC, I think, finally responded. Looks amazing.
The trophy. All right. It's pretty much your trophy at this point, Toys. So I'm glad you like it.
Well, I hope everybody liked the content tonight. And just as a reminder, so next week,
good stream.
Yeah, next Friday, we'll be doing for August of 1937, we'll be doing a Siegel Schuster marathon where we'll be looking at some some of Siegel Schuster's work, including Slam. We'll start off with Slam Bradley. We'll be also reading Federal Men with Steve Carson, Radio Squad, and Dr. Occult. So that will be our segue into the following week, in which we'll be doing more specified, specified, a more specified form, a more specific format, where we'll be getting into where we'll start getting into slowly but surely, of course, continuity, canon establishment, world building, as we learn more and more about, as I of course teach you more about DC and some of the other companies they were bought up by, but also as I learn with you about some of the other, universes like Marvel and all that. So I look forward to those, and of course Monday through Thursday we still do the normal nightly newscast. So guys, I thank you again, and I hope to see you guys back here on Monday. So bye.